chess these days, but he's always been a big blitz specialist who does well in these formats.
Yeah, he's won so many Title Tuesdays.
Is your generation, David?
Exactly, the 1990s, and he was in the candidates as well. He's a very, very strong player.
You probably played him back in 2002, or at least some World Youth Championships.
Yeah, I think he beat me in 1999, Hendrik, in year you were born. That's how old we are. And wow, what's Magnus doing? He's played G5 on move 1.
Wow.
Is that a mouse slip?
I think it's definitely not a mouse slip. We know Magnus likes to troll and have some fun, and you can get away with it in the earlier rounds usually. However, I think last week he had an accident.
Well, he
in
got
the
it. He
third
got
round against the Indian GM Inian.
Yeah, he got into the animal kingdom. He started out with the cow, or
Yeah.
a rejected semi-cow opening, and then went into the hippo afterwards.
I mean that strategy can be dangerous against GMs for sure. And that game, his opponent just played really, really well. But you can probably get away with it in the first two rounds. Already in the third round, it gets.
Did we ever
tricky.
expect to talk about Magnus's games talking about a rejected semi-cow opening?
What's Anna Kramling done to us? The changing perceptions of the chess world, the Alien Gambit, the cow, all these shady openings somehow made to work.
Looks like this one hasn't gone that bad for Magnus. He's had some pieces on some decent squares, and I don't think he's too unhappy. Like the bishop on g2 is rather restricted.
Yeah, I quite like this. Like the evaluation bar, I think we can ignore for now. It's a very closed position. That means there's no immediate knockout for either side, and I think we've all played worse positions than this with black and been pretty happy.
So we have 2 games and 2 King's Indian structures.
Exactly. King's Indian for black is normally these 3 pawns, white with the kind of central pawns in return, and white breaking through on this flank. But the dark squared bishop's off the board. That tends to help black long term.
Yeah, Magnus gotta play the kid after his recent
He loves some wordplay,
recent
so,
life
yeah.
news.
Exactly. He had a baby, so now he's playing the King's Indian defense, the kid. And,
White should try to move the f pawn here to open up the f file. I think it makes a lot of sense. There's a double on the f file. He plays rook c1, bishop d7. I still think he should play maybe f3 or f4. It does give black some squares, but also he can try to create something on the f file, because otherwise it looks like it's not so easy for white to find a plan.
yeah, maybe he's just going to double rooks and kind of keep the king side closed, just play on the other side of the board. Wow, another young opponent from
He's 15. Svyatoslav Lisenkov. He's an FM, as we can see on the screen here, and also got his FM title this year, 2025.
2,800 already on chess.com. That is not an easy rating to achieve. And okay, Magnus pushing his pawns. The white rooks have come to the c file. Magnus closes the door. So there's no entry points for the white rooks. All the entry points are covered.
Or maybe you can put the rook on the c6.
Oh,
Probably it's too much, but it's difficult for Magnus to find a plan here. It's one of those locked positions where it's kind of white can move back and forth, but it's difficult for black to create some tricky decisions.
eventually the rook might have to come the whole way around and try to get back into the game.
But Lisenkov has played really well in
Yeah.
this game, I have to say, and now he can try to play rook c7. White has no weaknesses, so it's going to be very interesting to see how Magnus tricks his opponent here.
And Lisenkov is playing fairly fast as well, which I guess you have to do when you're playing Magnus.
And the evaluation bar says much better for white. What do we think? Like, is it easy to play for white this position?
I mean, it feels like at least White is the only one who can sort of like take decisions here. White is definitely running the show, while Black is, for now, doesn't have a clear plan.
But is there an active plan at all for Magnus? I guess in some of these positions you try and play f5, but in this position I don't think it's...
Yeah, I mean,
easy
if you
or
get the rook to f8, maybe
Yeah.
in some scenarios you can try to play f5, but for now it doesn't seem too realistic. So I think Magnus is going to try to play it practical here. Plays moves fast, yeah, and try to keep his advantage on the clock.
Dirty flag.
He does have a solid 1 minute advantage, so I think he should keep that up.
I was wondering about this. The rook now in a bit of trouble.
Just wanted to add into you here, David. You've been missing British players or English players specific. You got Simon Williams playing this week, and he's now on the 11th table. He's got a good position, 1 point already against Liam Putnam.
Wow, bring it on. Simon is playing another very young, talented player, but showing that experience does count. Nice to see. And okay, the black queen coming out.
I think white should not have allowed this b4 move. Should probably have put the pawn on a3. Now Magnus can try to maybe activate his bishop to b5.
Yep.
Still a very solid position for white.
Yeah, it feels like the clock is going to be a huge factor in this game. Magnus is playing very, very quick moves very confidently. And yeah, at some point his rook will go back, his knight will come out, and he'll start rearranging the pieces. But for now, Lisenkov lacking a plan.
Yeah, but you guys disagree with the viewer who just wrote in here on top. We see on the screen. It's an easy position against anyone but Magnus. This is not an easy position, though, is it?
No, and especially when it's slow and maneuvering, there's this feeling that like eventually the opponent's going to get you. Eventually Magnus will unravel and turn on the magic.
Ooh.
Already we see the bar reacting much better now for black. Does the black queen just move?
Probably just queen c5, yeah. And it's not that easy for white to protect this e4 pawn.
Yeah, looks like that pawn is hanging. And I guess he's going to try and move his rook and land some kind of discovered attack, but it doesn't really exist. After the black knight takes this pawn, there's threats of the black queen coming in as well. Some nasty checks.
Lisenkov has misplayed this. He had such a nice position a few moves ago. But yeah, I mean, in blitz, everything can change in a matter of seconds.
Nakamura has won his game. Shong has won his game. Tabatabai has won his game. Of the Satorov has won. Shong, Andreikin, Serrano, just to mention a few.
Oh, this is danger now for the white king. The black queen is nicely poised. Magnus actually gives up a knight. And here the compensation is all about the activity of the black pieces. There's danger on this diagonal. The white knight is hit. It's all falling apart. This knight's actually trapped. No way to defend it.
Yeah, this knight on e4 does an amazing job at taking so many important squares, and now bishop takes e2, as David pointed out, is a huge threat. If you move the queen to protect it, then the knight on e3 is defenseless.
Yeah, like
Magnus is going to take this one.
white queen coming up, but the black queen swoops in and everything's covered. No checks. Black rook covers any checks from the white knight. Magnus leans back. He's over 2 minutes ahead on the clock. This will not be a dirty flag. He turned it around just in time. But it wasn't an easy game. Already showing that round two, things do start to get a bit more difficult, leveling up every single round. The white king moves out the way. Magnus raises his eyebrows. Is he going to just take this knight off the board? That looks like the most natural move. And ooh, there's another pawn hanging. Everything falling apart now for white.
Yeah, he can take the pawn. It looks like the simplest, and just move the knight back.
Ooh, does Magnus have a sneaky idea in mind? King takes knight. He's going to give up his queen.
Oh,
Queen
wow.
sacrifice to deliver a checkmate. Rook takes bishop at the end of that variation.
Nice.
Oh, he won't be able to show it Magnus Carlsen. Instead, the opponent gives up a knight. But it's just 1 or 2 checks here. Even if this were a perpetual check, Magnus would be able to dirty flag. But the black king is going to run and hide behind its queen. This is going to be game over. Lisenkov fought really well. But there we go. The clock goes fully red any second now.